Hello, my beautiful friends. Happy St. Andrew's Day. St. Andrew is the patron saint of Scotland, like Patrick is the patron saint of Ireland. So much fewer people know about St. Andrew than they do about St. Patrick. But if you've ever seen the Scottish flag, it's a white X crossed. That's because when Saint Andrew was crucified, he did not want to be crucified in the same way as Jesus, so he asked for a different kind of a cross instead of this kind. He had the X. So who is Saint Andrew? Well, Saint Andrew was the first disciple of Jesus. He's the first one that went and followed him as a disciple. So he learned about Jesus through St. John the Baptist, and then he brought his brother along, and he was a fisherman, his brother was a fisherman, and he brought his brother, and he said, "Hey, Jesus, meet my brother. This is my brother, Simon Peter." And you might know Simon Peter by a different name, a shorter name, as Saint Peter. And Saint Peter is responsible for the birth and the growth of the Roman Catholic Church. So Jesus said to all the disciples, "You will be the fisher of men," to bring them into following the light. And I just, St. Andrew's Day is it's a bank holiday in Scotland, but not everybody has off. Not every bank closes. I mean, it's a little bit, I don't know, wishy-washy, I guess. But the Scottish flag comes from the story that Saint Andrew didn't want to be crucified on the same kind of cross that Jesus was. So when he was martyred, when he was crucified on an X. There's also a story about clouds and some other things too, but the Scottish flag is the blue background with the white X on it. So, what can we learn from St. Andrew? Well, isn't that something? I imagine what conversations happened, later on at the dinner table. Well, I introduced you to Jesus, and now you're starting the big church. Like what kind of conversation is. But I think about, those words, Jesus, this is my brother. And how we have obviously biological brothers and sisters, but our call is to be a brother and sister to everybody, right? Do unto your neighbor as you would have them do unto you. Like, be a brother, be a sister to everyone. And as we look toward Advent and we look toward being the light and how to be brotherly and sisterly in this world, it gets harder and harder because the light, the darkness gets darker and darker, and our lights have to be brighter and brighter. And you have people in your life who are like siblings to you, even though they're not related. You may have siblings in your life that you don't even talk to, that you wouldn't know them if they stood next to you in a store. And and so brotherhood and sisterhood can mean a lot of things to a lot of different people. Today we honored St. Andrew. We have a big meal, and we'll have a little bit later. For St. Andrew's Day, but we also, do something for service. And so we sponsor a tree in our community park. They have 150 some trees. You can adopt one, and we adopt a veterans tree. And so we ask people to contribute the names of anybody they'd like to honor on the tree. They don't have to live here in this town. They can live anywhere in the world. And then we make an ornament for them, and then we hang it on the tree. And the first year we did it, we had 100, and we were so excited that we got to 100, and we have about 500 now. And then we leave a little kit there so people can add their names to the tree, and then we take them down at the end of the season and waterproof them and sort of enforce them. And if you can't read them, we rewrite them. And I make it so that you can take your ornament. Like if you put somebody's name on and you want to take that ornament off and take it home with you, I didn't want people to think they were stealing from the tree. So I have a spreadsheet, because I'm a nerd. So I have a spreadsheet of everybody. So we just replace ornaments every year of any that are missing, or if any are broken, we replace them. So that's what we did today. And in honor of our brothers and sisters who laid down their lives for our country. So what are you doing this St. Andrew's Day? Have you ever heard of St. Andrew? I'd love to hear your comments in the comment section below. Apparently that helps with the algorithm, but I'm really interested in knowing whether you've heard of St. Andrew. St. Andrew is actually a pretty popular saint in a lot of different countries, and I had no idea. How St. Andrew got involved with Scotland, but it there's all different kinds of stories, and I don't know which ones of them are true because, who knows who tells history stories, but the one that I think is the most interesting is that the Celtic Church was squashed in an argument with Augustine and Pelagius, and so, in the synod that they had, so Augustine was winning and they called Pelagius a heretic, and so the Celtic Church had to go underground. So because Peter was the saint that was the head of the Roman Church, they were like, oh, but our patron saint is his brother, Andrew, and Andrew's the one who introduced Peter to Jesus. So they were trying to like get some clout in there. It didn't work because the Celts still had to go underground for any kind of pagan or pre-Roman traditions that they held. So that's kind of an interesting story. But in any case, it is a holiday for those of us who celebrate Scottish holidays. And so I am wishing you all the very best and brightest. And stay warm. I'm freezing. I just took off like 18 layers of clothes and I am still cold. So I'm going to go drink some tea and warm up. Be well. All the best. Bye-bye.